Good morning everybody, my name is Osa and it is Monday 27th of December. We are playing Farming Sim 19 on Oakfield Farming Agency Edition. And why won't that fold in? Because I'm in the tractor. Okay, that's... that would explain things. And it is a few minutes after we left off from our episode on Saturday, which was cut short because Christmas Day and family time. Right now, we are continuing with the Spelt harvest, which is probably going to take us most of the rest of the day. Game time, it is 9:04 in the morning on day 4 of Midsummer's first day of Midsummer, so very early harvest. Well, comparatively so, obviously. We did the barley right as summer hit. First day of early summer we did our barley harvest. Now we're getting through to the spelt and the canola, and it's all harvest from here on down. Obviously we will need to be doing some field prep, but our two heaviest tractors are currently on, or will be on, harvesting duties. I might need a big tractor. Well, we do have 166,000 now, so we have got a lot of money to play with. And we've still got the triticale from last summer's harvest, which I just didn't remember to sell. So midwinter, or last days of early winter, is gonna be an absolute crazy selling situation, because I think we've got around about 300,000. Have a look. 186,000 litres of barley. That's from this year. But if we scroll over this way, I've got 326 litres of grass. Don't know why I have grass, but okay. 305,000 litres of triticale, and we'll probably end up with similar amounts of spelt as well. So that's going to be a huge boost to our bank balance when we get all that sold. And Longhauler, good morning and welcome to the not Saturday morning stream. We had an okay holiday, yes. We did the Christmas Day thing. Why isn't that not turning? Because I've got the worker on. I'll let the worker finish this off, and then I'll take over. Keep going, worker. Thank you. And I don't need the blinky lights on either. So, how was your day? How was your holiday? Obviously, my holiday is still running. I believe today is the alternate Christmas Day thing, because that's how my work runs. We had, whoops, backwards. On years like this year, we usually get the day before Christmas Day off, so that obviously was Friday. And our company is still open, so they run a skeleton crew on the day before Christmas Day. Then we get Christmas Day off. And obviously, since Christmas Day was the weekend, today is Christmas Day observed, I believe how they term it. And then same again this coming weekend. We'll have the day before New Year's Day off, and then we'll get New Year's Day observed off on the Monday. So I might get 3 streams out next weekend. Unfortunately, due to a bad case of acid reflux on Thursday night my throat was really not in the best condition to stream and talk and do those sorts of things. Okay, that's full. So, yeah. Oh, yes. Now, I mean, we've had the Wopster GPS since 19, and I've used it a lot in 19. There were some differences. Wopster did not do GPS for 17. I did use the GPS in 17. So initially, I had some teething problems in 19 trying to figure out how everything worked. For 22, apart from the UI changes, it was, functionality, it's identical to 19. Now, a lot of the time I don't use it. I mean, obviously this tractor does not have GPS, or this harvester does not have GPS installed. But my two heavy tractors do, I think. The Claas and the one we were just at, the Challenger. And my Valtra G has GPS because when you're spraying a field and your field is as grown as, say, this one is, you can't see the textures in the ground. It just helps having GPS on it. However, because I'm playing precision farming, I've found for the most part the mini-map tells me exactly what I need to know, and so I'm not so much worried about what am I trying to do? Lift that up, and we will drive part of the way down the field, around about here. But a lot of the time I can just look at it, I can eyeball it. This is one of the reasons why I'm not bothering with the GPS on the harvester, although it could help, because I could set up the edge of the field and then I can do precise rows into the field. And I think that for a harvester, that's predominantly what I use it for. Not so much to control the steering, but to pick my cut-ins. And yeah, I agree. A small tractor with GPS for spraying or even spreading can be extremely useful. And I think with the variable width spray, you have the ability to figure out your spacing and how much of it you want on. With the spreader, there's no visual clue. You can't say, oh, it's going to be this wide, whatever. But being able to set up a GPS... What's going on? I'm hitting the roof, aren't I? Yes. Yeah, this shed I really should tip from the grain door. Or pull all the way through. We'll let it swing the other way because I think I've got wall bales in the way if I swung out to the left. Okay, we're about to do the cut-in, so I need the Claas and the baler. So let's get on that. Oops. Because we've already played with the baler on the case, and it's really not happy doing that task. So this guy will certainly help. The other, oh, that was the other thing. I believe it was Farmer Cop just before Christmas did a what's the best crop to do for income in Farm Sim 22. And I must say I was surprised sugarcane was so bad. Now the benefit with sugarcane obviously is you plant it once, it grows many times. But even so, that is a lot of work you have to put in for average, what we can call average rewards. The absolute best crop for income was sugar beets, and I wasn't surprised by that. Sugar beets is a good crop for income, and we've already seen that. We can get same income from one field that it takes something like barley or whatever, 2 fields to achieve. So yes, potatoes was a very close second. And now the advantage with potatoes is you can use last year's crop to plant fields the following year. So while it's not like grass and sugarcane where the crop just grows every year, it's a cheap crop to do once you've got established. Before you get established, it takes time to build up because it is ungodly expensive on seed to actually start. But yeah, and then the other findings were if you are doing crops that have straw, to make them competitive you need to do the straw. So I think number 3 by a long margin was then soybeans and canola, but if you did sell the straw, then you're pulling oats and barley and wheat back into the game. Otherwise they are the worst crop to grow. So straw is a thing you need to do. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's say I only got 80,006 or 8,076, but yeah, because we're about to do a cut-in and I don't want to be halfway down the field when we start, or when we fill up the harvester, which only had about 500 litres of capacity left. So I'll get this guy turned around. Now fortunately we are probably going to end up with a clover bale, and I really can't help that. Where are we? I can't remember. Okay, follow me. Jump back in the harvester and get this thing started. So I'm going to swing out and then turn back in. And I don't want that island in front of me when I make the cut in. That's 118. 180 is gonna be over this way somewhat. Oh, and that yellow is completely in the wrong place. 73, 74, 75, that's 6. And obviously if I did have GPS this would be a much easier prospect. There we go, that's close enough for government work. And this is going to be a shorter cut in, so that's fine. But yeah, I sometimes I regret not having GPS on this, not because I typically use GPS on a harvester. I generally don't, because you can do it all by eye. But the whole, doing the cut in at a precise angle, that's helpful. And then being precisely spaced header widths to the other edge of the field, also helpful, because now I know I'm not going to have a sort of a half width that I have to do to complete the cut, or to reach the edge. I cut in quite a long way here, but that said, this is a short row, so we're going to make this channel a lot bigger before we have to empty the harvester. going to shave a little bit off there. Oh, of course, what's the point in having a harvester being followed by a baler when you don't turn on the... I do not eat beef heart. Now, let's see, I want... Enable straw swath, 16. There we go. Now there is a point to having the Claas follow us. I mean, I've not been interested in, the internal organs of animals. I was fed kidneys and liver when I was younger, and I hated it. So it's sort of, I don't really need to do that. Muscle tissue's good enough for me, and most of the rest of the family agree. So if I did get a beef heart and I was the only one who wanted to eat it, I would be the only one eating it. And we tend to cook for everybody here. So but, we do buy our cows from a local, or we do buy our beef from a local cow farmer. So it could be an option. No, it doesn't necessarily gross me out. It's just, it's not really something I'm interested in eating. Now, we are actually making straw. Okay, so FS19, the bale changes to the last thing you put into the baler. With 17 and 22, the bale stays as the first thing you put into the baler. I don't know which one I prefer. Technically, you should just clean out the baler when you're done and not have your first bale out as a mix of stuff. But anyway, so yes, this is the job for today. What? Oh crud, it's going to rain later. So potentially sometime before midday it's probably going to start raining. Yay, rain. Now, not something I'm usually expecting in the middle of summer. It's the UK, it's the West Country, it's not exactly unheard of. It's just, if you're going to get days of no rain, this part of the year is going to be when that happens. So let's have a check on weather. So, no, actually rain is coming soon and going all the way to the evening. So it looks like Monday afternoon rain. So we're not going to get our harvest completed over the summer. And oh no, that's a clover bale. That's a straw bale. And we will need to pull the straw bales in because obviously they don't like rain. They will decay. Clover bale's fine. And we need to move drum backwards. That one. So 9:22, yeah. I'm guessing, in actual fact, looking at that weather prediction, we are going to get rain before midday. Well before midday. But not right this second, so that's probably just about a good thing. And wrong way again. There we go. So, yeah. The typical Oakfield farm harvest. Oh, we're not going to get it all done in one shot. And then obviously the other problem we have is the crop drying out once it's wet. that will be an issue too. I'm not too worried about decay on the straw bales immediately, because obviously that's just gonna be a thing, and we're not worried too greatly about the yield of the straw. Just that, hey, it adds to our income, so we might as well collect them and sell them. So yeah, I guess it's sort of time to start considering what we're doing with our money for the next year. I think equipment wise we've got sufficient, but I might purchase another largish tractor, maybe sub 350 horsepower. The case is not quite big enough to do things like running the baler on these fields and what have you. Obviously the Claas and the Challenger are our biggest tractors, and we don't have anything that needs remotely close to the horsepower they're putting out, but still, it's as far as Farm Sim 22 is concerned, I'm definitely thinking sort of the 250, 275 horsepower is probably your best bet for a starting tractor. And then the other strategy I'm tending to concentrate on at the moment is leasing everything, unless it comes up for a store sale. So as soon as there's a plough that comes up for sale and I decide, yeah, I'm doing corn, I need a plough, I'll take a look at it, and so long as my tractor is capable of pulling it, then it's not a big deal buying the used piece of equipment. It's going to wear out quicker, so you're going to be repairing it far more frequently than a brand new piece, but when it's $200, $500 to fix a plough, it's not that big of a deal. If it's $5,000 like a used tractor would be, then if I'm repairing the tractor 3 times a day, because it's my main piece of equipment, that's a problem, because I'm spending $15,000 a day fixing the tractor. And if it's a new piece of equipment, I'm not fixing it 3 times a day. I might be fixing it once a day. So $5,000 per day of use is less of a financial hit. What am I doing here? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I because I play with things like seasons and precision farming, I find, Farm Sim 19 it's an okay game. I mean, I've put 1,600 hours into it. I put 1,800 hours in Farm Sim 17, but I did the vast majority of that watching YouTube videos and other people streaming rather than me doing stuff. Kind of like Arthur will create footage for his YouTube videos while watching something on the TV. I used to do YouTube and Twitch whilst farming. But one thing I am very aware of so far with Farm Sim 22, because all of the animal pens are fixed sizes, or fixed capacity for food, should I say. You're not like I am here, where I'm having to run out and feed the sheep every single day. quite a significant amount of food. In Farm Sim 22, I can top up the troughs for food and then not have to worry about the animals for 2-3 months. So the game moves a lot faster. You can, obviously for something like this, I'm going to be spending 4 or 5 hours harvesting because of the size of equipment I have in part. But that's how we're sitting with that at the moment. But when I don't have any harvesting, or like it's going to rain later today, I am going to have to sit and watch the rainfall. And there's nothing I can do about it. Once the harvest for the canola's done, I can immediately just sit by the trigger and sleep 3 days and move us along to the next farming event, if you like. And it's not something that is as easy in 19 as it is going to be in 22, because you can use that sleep trigger any time of day. Now I believe there's a Farm Sim 19 sleep any time mod, which does allow you to I did that badly. That does allow you to use the sleep trigger when it's not nighttime, but I don't have that mod loaded, so my only options here is to I have to wait till the sun sets, then I can use the sleep trigger. Okay, we will run over here. I may finish off this corner just because it's so small and there's not much capacity left in that tipper. So if we get this corner done, then I can look at another cut-in, and then we can run down to the yard with our tipper and empty that off.